All right, so here we have a pre-owned 2009 Audi R8. This one is a Quattro with the R Tronic transmission. Comes in the jet blue metallic. And then we have the Luxor Beige leather interior. And for the powertrain, we get that 4.2 liter V8. Made it to the 6-speed automated manual. And that gives us 420 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque. Hopefully y'all can hear me over the cicadas out here, but front end there we have our LED daytime running lights and our HID headlamps. And still a supercar look in 2009 for this R8. This is really my favorite body style as opposed to the newer ones. A 19-inch wheels here. And then to the door panel, power door lock controls, fuel cap is there, front trunk is there, power mirror controls, and then you can actually power fold those to keep somebody from denting them or whatever. And then power window controls are there, little storage here, headlamp controls, and there's the power driver's seat with 4-way power lumbar support. And on each side, pretty interesting, you also get a little storage compartment here. You pull up, and then you can put smaller objects in there. And then you can actually pull the seat up and you have access to this rear storage. I think this net might be aftermarket, I'm not sure, but I love having it there. And then if you want to get that cargo or that engine bay open, pull up there. And then your CD changer is right in there. I don't want to forget about that later because it's kind of out the way, which I like. So you want to give this a little tug. And again, a 420 horsepower V8 there. But a big shout out to Auto Collection of Murfreesboro and Auto Pro of Nashville for allowing me to review this R8 today. I'll leave a link below in the description. And then if you're trying to find one close to the home in your neck of the woods, definitely check out my link below, fill out that info, and we can get you a quote on that. But LED tail lamps look good. I just always love the wide body effect to this thing. It just looks menacing. And that exhaust, can't wait to get that going on the interstate here. But when you pop the fuel door, you can see gas cap is there. And you want to put high grade fuel in here, of course. But here's our power front passenger seat with 4-way power lumbar there. Lockable glove compartment. Owner's manuals are still in this one. And this one, if you're interested in getting this one from Auto Pro or Auto Collection, does have a clear bar on it, as you can see. So it's keeping all the nicks and scratches at bay. And there's our cargo space in here with a 12 volt. But just a beautiful car. And I'll show you the turn signal indicators in the side mirrors here. And then we'll go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn sound. And just a quick run through of the radio. Navigation system is here. And this one is not touchscreen, so you just use the knob and these buttons right in here. So I can pull the map up, click there, and then I can go back in the screen and all of that and go through the actual system itself. So quite a bit that you can actually fool with here. Now for radio, you get your AM, FM, then you have a CD drive, an aux input, and an SD card reader as well. So a pretty interesting screen. Again, you kind of have to go through the system itself. And then you can click that there, and you can fool with that SD card reader or the DVD-ROM drive there. And there's your backup camera as well. And then down here, volume knob. Go through your track list, radio station presets, all of that there. And then down here below, we do get single zone automatic climate controls, so we can adjust that, temperature, fan speed, and then fan direction here. And then we do get 3-stage heated outboard seats, or 3-stage heated seats for the front, I'm sorry. I mean, they are outboard, but they're the only 2 seats in here. Then we can set the sport suspension on. And we also can adjust that wing as well. And then the parking sensors here. Hazards are there. And then our sport mode is here. Now to use the shifter, you can come over here to put it in the auto mode, and then it'll shift by itself, or you can kind of put it in the manual mode by yourself and either use the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel or the actual shift knob there. And then when you put it in park, just throw it into neutral. Make sure this e-brake is up before you cut the car off. And then to put it in reverse, just pull down from that position. But that handbrake is right here. Bottle holders are here. Cigarette lighter there. And then the aux input is right in there in this small little tray. Now up here, we do get premium LED dome lights, which I like. And then universal garage door transmitter is there. And this mirror comes down here. Interesting setup there. But over here, we can go through the mode if you want to go into Bluetooth mode there. And then you can scroll through your track list of radio station presets here, voice recognition, volume controls, blinkers, and then your high beams are there. You can flash there. And then your cruise control, you can turn that on, set the speed, and then cut it off like that. And then this has several keys, so the key fobs are there, but it used to come out like that, and a lot of the keys that were made like that, I remember my Camaro was the same way. We had those fixed, so you just had a separate key to actually turn the ignition. And then our windshield wipers are here, one time, off, intermittent, low, high, and then you can adjust that intermittent frequency right in here. But next, for my favorite part, let's go ahead and take this 2009 R8 4.2 out on the road for a test drive. Now starting the test drive in this R8, with it having a dual clutch automatic, it kind of lunges you every time it shifts. But kind of makes it more fun to drive in my opinion. But of course the ride's not super smooth, but it's relatively comfortable. And the noise is really not gonna be an issue either because the engine's behind me. I'm so close to the ground. And again, if you're driving one of these, that's not really gonna be a big issue. At least it shouldn't be, because these are meant to be fast and fun. So in stop and go traffic like this, with the dual clutch automatic, there's a lot of lurking going on, but nothing that you can't handle if you're driving one of these. This is meant to be basically a supercar, so it doesn't bother me, but this is not gonna be the most comfortable thing for you to drive. But honestly, I wouldn't mind it personally because it is fun. I like my cars fast. I should say I like them more fast and comfortable. But we're about to take her on the interstate here momentarily. So we're gonna give it a little pull getting on the highway here if we can. I got it in fourth here. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Yes, that's fantastic. And I mean a very, very quick car. I'm already gonna have to get over here, it looks like. But I mean, that was just so exhilarating, so quick this car is. I don't know why I just said it like Yoda, but I'm gonna put it back in the auto mode now. You can use cruise control. Actually, I'll test it out here momentarily. So the Cruise is doing its own thing now. I'm doing like 50 because we're not really going anywhere. But a pretty impressive car just overall. And I mean, it's just so much fun. And I hate the traffic is so thick and I wasn't able to really give it something, but I'll try to get a few more pulls in momentarily. But this is a pretty rough stretch of interstate, still pretty loud on these tires, but again, nothing I can't handle if I'm driving one of these. But I mean, just a phenomenal driving experience, I think. And this isn't even the V10. The V10 is freaking nuts. I think I've driven one of those here recently, past year or so. But I mean, the V8 is plenty. Now with this having the dual clutch transmission, it does tend to roll back. Like I was on a hill there, it'll roll back starting out. There's a pull there. But in terms of just getting one of these, personally, I'd go with the V10. I feel like the V10's a bit quicker, and I'd probably go with one of the more modern transmissions. This dual clutch is still just a tad slow to me. It's just my opinion, but of course you can get one of these much cheaper than a newer one. But if you're in the market for one of these, definitely check out Auto Collection of Murfreesboro's, or if you're looking for one in your area, hit the link below in the description and get you the best price in your area on an R8. But I do think this is a very fun car. It's relatively efficient for what it is. I mean, you still have pretty good cargo space in the front trunk, behind the seats. Certainly fun to drive. Again, just for me, I'd probably go with the V10 and the newer transmission, because this R Tronic is just, the dual clutch is especially again in the stop and go traffic, it's not the best. But I mean, if this was something I was just going to take out on the weekends when the traffic was not this terrible, wouldn't really be a big issue for me. But again, it's kind of like driving a stick in stop and go traffic. It's doable, but it's so freaking annoying. But again, for the fun you have with one of these, if you can afford to have this as like a weekend car, get it. But for a daily driver, you might just get tired of it, because even though it's fun, like construction's all around Murfreesboro here, and just taking this road in particular is really rough. It'll be rough on your back, rough on your car. Some of the stuff I'm just like, why do they even just leave that like that? But it is what it is. But again, pretty fun car if you can get your hands on one. And this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2009 Audi R8.